Hi, this is Chuck with another video. Hope you're following and fishing, you're responding to the lesson, what you've learned, how God's speaking to you, and then fishing, you're passing it on to the next generation. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about generations as a measure of success in our ministry, our disciple-making ministry. One of the key verses that we use is 2 Timothy 2:2, which says, "The things which you have heard from me in the presence of many witnesses, entrust these to faithful men who will be able to teach others also." There's actually 4 generations in that verse. Can you see them? There's Paul, the writer, and then there's Timothy, the one he's writing to. And then Timothy is supposed to pass the things on, which he learned from Paul, to faithful men. And then those faithful men will pass it on to others also. So 4 generations. Paul passing it on to Timothy, Timothy passing it on to faithful men, and faithful men passing it on to others. Now, what are we supposed to pass on? Well, we're supposed to pass on the DNA for the Christian life, which will hit to the 4th generation. Jesus, up, in, and out. Jesus, the things of Jesus, his words and his ways, up, how we are to relate to the Father, things like getting in the scriptures and prayer and listening to the Holy Spirit and being obedient, in how we interact with our brothers and sisters. Are we encouraged? Are we challenging them to live the Christian life out? Are we going to the lost and helping them come to know who Jesus is and then follow him? The out relationship. So are we helping people share their story, share God's story, and win the lost to Christ? So it's pretty easy what we're supposed to pass on. Jesus, up, in, and out. The DNA for kingdom living. Now, there's a few principles that I like to talk about as far as 4 generations and what we're looking for. The first one, in order to hit the 4th generation, we got to reach the next. And so we need to have new birth. You know you have the next generation when that next generation is born. So parents can get really excited about other people having babies, but there's nothing like having your own kids. And you know the next generation is started when there's a baby. So we need to reach the lost and lead them to Christ. Then simplicity. What we need to do when we're discipling our Timothy is make it so simple that they can almost immediately pass on what they've learned. Jesus was simple about the way that he discipled people. He basically told stories, and stories are very sticky and contagious, and they rapidly move through the multitudes when people pass the stories on. That's what we're trying to do with our methods, is make them so simple that they'll just pass on from one person to the next very easily. And that leads to reproducing. It's rapid and it reproduces very quickly. Now there's a big difference between reproducing and reproducible. There's many things that are reproducible. The space shuttle is reproducible, but is it reproducing? Is it almost intuitive or automatic so that it goes from one person to the next, just like maybe a virus? That is reproducing, rapidly reproducing. So we got to ask ourselves, is what we're doing in discipleship reproducing? And we'll know if it's happening in a matter of weeks rather than years. Are we reaching that 4th generation? Are our Timothys investing in faithful men and investing in others as well, hitting that 4th generation in a matter of weeks, not years? Now, we know that these are going to be very young disciples and they're going to do what young disciples do. But are they so excited about their faith? Are the methods that we're giving them so simple and reproducible that they're getting to the 4th generation in a matter of weeks? We've seen it happen. And so we're helping people begin the laboring process, laboring in the kingdom, discipling other people in a very short period of time. So what we want to do is hit the 4th generation. We know we're doing a good job of discipling when that happens. So following and fishing. So what are you going to practice as a result of this this video. What are you going to start doing? Here's what I'd recommend. Practice by just looking at 2 Timothy 2:2 and identifying those 4 generations: Paul, Timothy, faithful men, and others. And just work your way through that and try to explain this. Just doing it yourself, just practicing it right where you are. Then what I want you to do is I want you to go fishing. I want you to find somebody else to share this principle out of 2 Timothy 2:2 with someone else, preferably the person that you're discipling, and then tell them to pass it on and try to get them to pass this on in such a way that it gets to the 4th generation. 4 people are hearing 2 Timothy 2:2, not you, but the people that you're helping help one another until it gets to the 4th generation. That would be good fishing right there. Hey, I hope this has been helpful. Keep making disciples.